What's going on, traders? Welcome back to day 7 of 25 days of trading. As always, I appreciate you tuning in. And a reminder, make sure to subscribe. And if you haven't seen the previous 6 videos, make sure you go back and watch them. We have 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll be dropping every day's video all the way through Christmas morning. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video. But in today's video, I want to talk about 6 tips for passing a funding challenge. That's all the craze this year, and obviously heading into 2025 as well. These funding firms of trying to get funded, take payouts. And in our BSC on AceFX TV, I see a lot of people struggling of trying to pass their first one, or they pass one, but they can't seem to pass that second or third one, right? Was it a fluke? Can I pass another one? So I think it's still applicable of these tips to get a funding account across the line, no matter what state of your trading you're at. So for this one, let's just dive right into it. So in the first one, we're going to have know the rules. I just had a message, no hate, but I had a message of a guy DM me saying, I have an XFA account. What do I have to do to take a payout? And it's like, respectfully, I don't own the company. That you should know the rules. It's public information on their website. I don't know what firm you're with. That I don't know. That if you don't know the rules of what you need to do to pass a combine, or once you get an XFA, what do you need to do in order to take a payout? Like mathematically, what numbers you need to reach, how many then I don't know what to tell you. You should know the rules. So within that, on passing a funding challenge, know the rules of what's your max daily loss. How much risk can you put on each trade before you hit that max daily loss? What's your profit target? How many days until, I know a big thing is the rebuild date. How many days until the rebuild date? It's normally a month. That, okay, with the month ahead of me, how much I could lose, my profit target here, how much risk do I probably want to put on each trade to try to pass it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But if you don't know the rules, then you could quickly get wiped out. One of them is another guy in our BSC, and it's happened to a few people. Let's say we have a max daily loss of 500, and we put $300 on the first trade, we lose, and then we put 300 on the next trade as well. Well, the stop loss is kind of irrelevant because as soon as it goes down $200 in drawdown, it's going to close you out for minus 500. So having a stop loss of $300 worth of risk isn't really there because it's just going to stop you out when you're floating minus 200 to reach the max daily loss. But then maybe it goes down 200 and then comes all the way back up, and you're like, oh man, that would have been a winner, but it tapped me out first. But yeah, because you had too much size on that second trade that you didn't give it enough space to breathe based off of how many contracts you put on and where your stop was. So I think that's a big one of just knowing the rules of, okay, this is the trade I want to take, how much risk I'm allowed to put on with my max daily loss, and here's where I want the stop loss to be. Let's take the trade. The second one, trade your proven strategy. Of course, I'll say the one I trade and I teach you in Futures 2.0 is the one I think many of you should trade because I stand by it. I back it, put a lot of work into it. But you need to, at the end of the day, trade your proven strategy, whether you're even passing a combine, a challenge, trading personal capital, anything like that. Anything trading, you need a proven strategy. So that's the foundation of anything. But specifically for passing these funding challenges, because if you're just taking random trades, throwing money at the market, you may win the first trade, the second trade, but then that third trade probably going to lose and you get back a lot of gains, and then you're jumping right back in to revenge it back, and it quickly spirals. That you need a proven strategy of how you're going to lay it out for the whole month. What trades are you looking for? What trades are you trying to avoid? And where are your best probabilities? If you don't have one, this is just one from just yesterday. Screenshot it, save it. It's not in the Futures 2.0 course. The strategy is, but this markup is not. I'm probably going to have to add it because it's just so clean of an example of what I'm looking to take when I'm not looking to take this first break of the high a day outside the opening range high. Normally, I don't see that run very far. It's not sustained. I see sellers step in. We defend this New York view up here in black. We break back above the open range high and that high of day view up here in purple. Now I'm going to look to continue trend. That's the trade. That's the strategy. There's plenty more variables with it, other levels, but definitely screenshot this, save it. I go into way more detail in it on AceFX TV, the Futures 2.0 course. So definitely go check that out. Here's another example. I'm not going to go too deep into it because this isn't a strategy video, but you get the premise. Bounce off New York, break above high day. Let's go continue trend. That's what I'm looking to trade. That's what I do trade, and I'm not concerned with any of the other noise of trying to induce me to take a long or a short. Now, the other step, manage risk like a pro. Going back to one of the rules we were talking about, you only have $1,000 to lose in a day if you have a 50K account. So we need to manage our risk of, okay, do we want to put 1,000 on one trade and then we only get one swing at it? or maybe 2 trades. But then that's going to be a big max daily loss of 1,000. So maybe you're only comfortable losing 500. So, okay, I want to take at least 2 trades. Well, then you're going to have to put on $250 per trade to put you within that risk parameter that you have and the rules that the company has. Otherwise, if you're not managing risk on the downside or the upside, right? Because if you're up $300, $300, $300, and the next day you're just like, I'm gonna throw in $1,000. That one loses. We're right back to where we started, and you're just gonna be stuck in the hamster wheel of having a great Monday through Wednesday, throwing it all away on Thursday because there's no risk. There's just excitement, chasing, and wanting to make a lot of money, but there's no repeatable risk profile of this is my best setup. I'm putting my max size on this. I don't really love this setup as much. Let me size down a little bit, but I still want to be involved. Now you're managing risk like a pro, cutting your profits at 1R or the clear target that you set for yourself, or even cutting them in drawdown to limit that downside of not taking too big of a loss. Never move your stop loss. Never add into a loser when you're trying to pass these challenges because that's just going to quickly probably go against you and just going to open yourself up to more loss. So manage risk. That's another huge part of just passing it. So with the strategy, with good risk, now let's focus on quality setups over quantity. If you just look at here, one of my months, 38 trades on the month on 15 days of trading. So let's just call it about 2 trades per day on average. And I didn't even trade every day. Then I'm looking for quality, not quantity. I don't need to take 3, 4 trades. I don't need to catch all of the move or every move that happens long and short throughout the day. I'm looking for my one spot, maybe my 2 spots a day, and I'm out. I'll come back tomorrow, rinse and repeat. Keep the losing days small because I'm managing risk like a pro. And then I'm sticking to my best setup when it presents once or twice a day. Maybe I'll miss one here and there, but I don't need to catch all of every move. I don't have to go full size on one trade. I can pick my spots, come back tomorrow, add the balance over time, take the long term approach. So take quality trades over a long period of time with good risk, and you're on the right track. The next one, keep emotions in check. That's another huge one, obviously, for everyone's dealing with emotions, no matter if you're in a funding account or a challenge account, no matter what stage of your trading at, emotions are still going to come up. That we need to try to manage them the best we can, right? We have one guy in the BSC now. His emotions are getting to him as he's about to pass a combine, not in the red, in drawdown, taking a lot of losing trades. He's actually crushing it right now of having 13 straight green days. He's got a very high win rate. He's almost at passing it. But the closer he gets to the finish line, his emotions are getting more fearful, not wanting to lose, not wanting to go backwards and lose progress. So it kind of freezes him and paralyzes him, not being able to take that next trade. Or we're in the trade, but we can't let it run because we're so afraid it's going to turn back around on us and we're going to lose profits. And now we're going to be even further from passing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's calm down. Keep the emotions in check. What is this trade telling me? It's just one trade of 1,000, of 100 even. And the outcome is unknown. All I know is I put good risk on it. It's my best setup. That's all I can control. Where this goes, I don't know. I can only follow my rules the best I can. But worrying about where it's going to go, or worrying about losing, or worrying about taking a step back in progress isn't going to do anything to the charts. That's all in your head. It's not going to actually change anything. You're just scaring yourself and stressing yourself out, really. So you got to keep the emotions in check. Obviously, they're going to come up. That's what obviously leads to many tilt days is emotions. And that's fine. We just got to try to keep them in check the best we can. Now, with this review and adapt, the next step, it could even go to if you fail a challenge, review it, adapt, let's take another swing at it. You're probably not going to pass your first challenge. That's fine. But within your challenge, you still need to review and adapt on the daily. That's why we have every BSC member doing markups in TradeZella, journaling their trades, reviewing them. What's my best setup? What's holding me back? What's making me lose the most money? Even while you're in the challenge, you don't have to fail it or pass it to review. Review it while it's still going. Of okay, I took this trade today. Is it my best? Not really. It doesn't look like the trades I took previous days. I probably didn't need to be in that. And what maybe led me to get in that when I know that's not my best setup. Also review, do I like my risk? Am I heavy? Am I too heavy in my size? Was I fighting trend today? And then maybe sometimes you'll realize when I'm trading right after the New York Open, it's really causing most of my losses, but my afternoon trades are actually performing better. So now in the next final 1, 2, or 3 weeks you have in this challenge, you can adapt and realize I'm probably better off waiting let me not jump into those early trades. So you definitely want to review and adapt to whether you're in a challenge, even just for the rest of your trading career. I'm always reviewing it and always adapting of, can I add this VWAP? Can I remove this VWAP? Can I add this level? It's never just all the same every single day. Now, a bonus one, it kind of goes against what I said of treating it like a real account, of not letting your emotions get too high, that you do have to kind of gamify it because you have to make 3,000 without losing 2,000 for many of these 50K accounts, depending on what firm you're with. That I sometimes say you got to gamify it. You can't be afraid to lose. That's your goal of making 3,000. Now let's get there. But for anyone trying to pass their first one or second one or whatever, or struggling, then I would say the safe answer is treat it like a real account. Try to remove those emotions as much as possible of, okay, I don't have a profit target of 3K. There's no profit target. It's my real account. I'm just building it long term. There's no rules to it of the profit target. There's still a max daily loss. But when you remove that expectation of having to pass it by the end of the month or by the end of the week or in 5 trades, right? That's what's going to hold you back. Where if you can just treat it like a real account, there's no one breathing down your neck to make a certain amount in a certain given time. Just trade the long term, wait for those best setups to present. It may only present 4 times this week, and then next week 7 times. Who knows? But if you're in a challenge, everyone feels the time pressure to get the ball rolling, that they're going to take 2 trades every day regardless. No matter what the price action looks like, no matter what's going on in the news, I'm taking 2 trades today. But if you treat it like a real account, recognize that I don't need a trade today. My probabilities aren't really here. It's not my best bet. I'll come back tomorrow. So I'd say those are my biggest, probably essentials to probably passing your first challenge or any funding challenge that you try to get. So definitely review these. Like I said in the markups previous, screenshot those, save them. Even if you want to go over here on AceFX TV, where I teach my course of the Futures 2.0, where I give you the strategy. I also even talk about emotions and funding and scaling your business and key qualities of a good trader, all these different things. But then once you learn that, you can watch me take the trades live every morning on New York Open with Austin, James, and Zach on AceFX TV. And if you're watching this in December, all the way through Christmas, if you use code Xmas, you can get 25% off your first month. So definitely consider joining at that good deal because it's not going to be another sale for quite some time. But like I said, I'll give you the strategy in here. I'll help you answer your questions, give you feedback on your trades if you enter my chat and participate. And then good luck passing your challenges. Hopefully this helps. And like I said, tomorrow's video, 11 a.m. every day through Christmas. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.